So we all know that mono red is kind of good in this format. A mono red list that I haven't tried out yet is Hazoret. This is basically all in aggression to empty your hand as quickly as possible to resolve turn 4 Hazoret and then immediately go to attacks with her. The question is if dropping Chandra, Phoenix, and Glorybringer is worth the all-out aggression and then the payoff by Hazoret. Deck's basically more aggressive than its already aggressive counterparts, Karizev and Chandra. We'll see how it performs. We're up against Teferi, and I think against Teferi, the more aggressive mono red version should be better than the slower one, since they are the control deck, right? Being on the draw sucks, and not having a 1-drop is actually a huge setback because we're playing like all these 1-drops. It's really unfortunate that we don't have one on turn 1. Our opponent thinking for a second here. I can't imagine they had a counterspell, just because if they did have one, they probably would have played it. I don't see a way around that. Let's use our energy to get ourselves some 3/2 gremlins. And Reproach takes care of that. That gives us an opportunity to resolve a Pia, putting 2 threats onto the board. We're basically just setting up for them casting Teferi. This is an unfortunate turn because we can only deploy 1 threat because we drew 3 3-drops. But playing a 3-drop should still be strong enough. They have to counter it, there's no way around that really. And then if they play Teferi, no matter what they do, we can probably kill it next turn. Oof, Hornswoggle is... I always hate getting Hornswoggled, because it generates that big advantage for the opponent on the next turn. So our opponent seems to be missing their 5th land. I'll keep back the hasty attackers for the turn that they deploy Teferi. So this turn I'm going to play Chainwhirler and the Minotaur. Playing Chainwhirler first against Rebuff and Censor. That resolves. So now the question becomes, do I even want to play the Minotaur into a potential Fumigate? The answer is yes, because if I draw a land, I can cast Hazoret, cast Brawler, smash faces. Them tapping out here has a huge cost. Okay, Invoke the Divine basically tells us that they don't have Fumigate, or they don't consider us having any other artifacts in our deck. That seems like they indeed don't have Fumigate. Right, I think this the turn to cast Hazoret. Because if they counter it, we can cast it again next turn. And then after doing that, we can smash. Right, Hazoret got disallowed. So we'll just smash again. Ether Meltdown taking care of Goblin Chainwhirler. They still take 4 damage this turn. I'll play a Brawler, basically setting up for Hazoret again next turn. Them only having 4 lands is like very unfortunate for them and very good for us. They just discarded Censor, so I don't have to play this land here. I'll just cast Hazoret, and if she gets countered, I'll play the land to potentially recast her next turn. Wizard's Retort takes care of that card, and now That's another 8 damage. So now even if they fumigate, they go to 9. Oh, I guess if they have fumigate exactly this turn, we're still in trouble. Okay. They can cast Teferi if they want to, but that just dies to another land off the top. And this looks like a desperation move, looking to the top of the deck to deliver some answers. That's another haste attacker. Basically, pointing all of our attacks at them can't be a wrong move here. Oops. And that's 1-0. Alright, being on the play this time around. Being on the play should just always be great with this deck. Against Karizev, we're going to keep this. It's a bit awkward. Once again, we don't have a 1-drop. One of the features that I actually like about the deck, letting us down here. We also don't have a 2-drop to play proactively. Don't think we can mulligan this hand though, because killing Karizev is very key. Bomat Courier can actually go great distances, but luckily for us we have Chain Whirler on curve. As soon as we hit the 3rd mountain, we'll be able to snap off that Courier. And for now we'll pass. Our opponent probably playing Karizev during their 2nd main phase, which we will then abrade. Alright, abrade to take care of Karizev, and Goblin Chain Whirler is going to claim another game, because this was a very good sequence for us. Getting to 2-for-1 them there, having that body on the board. This is a very tough situation for our opponent, especially since they don't even have their 3rd land. The way for them to keep up with this is removal. So they basically need Lightning Strike here. Our draw wasn't perfect, you know, we didn't have a 1-drop. We're stuck on 3 lands for now, but like it lined up fairly well against our opponents. And I think we just go for the triple 1-drop here to set up for the Flame of Kill next turn. Emptying our hand should basically never be a bad move with Hazoret as the commander. Dealing 4. Setting up to deal up to 9 damage next turn. Up to 10 if we... No, we can't attack with Hazoret next turn. Everyone just playing Karizev. I haven't played Brawl for, well, yeah, basically a week. I haven't kept up with it. Is it just that much Karizev? Because I legitimately don't know. This turn we'll cast the Flame. Dealing 4 damage doesn't seem necessary when we can just redraw. Alright. Because I definitely think Karizev can be beaten. There are definitely decks that have a positive win rate against Karizev. Alright, let's draw 2 additional cards. That's very disappointing, but I should still cast Hazoret even if I... What? Did everyone just see that? Did I? I think I had clicked attack with all. What? Did I click attack with all? I don't understand. Opponent going first, onto Ferry again. This time around we do have the 1-drop though, and I love that. 1-drops are super powerful when it's about pressuring your opponent quickly, right? So we are going to keep this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. The only bad card in our hand is Harnessed Lightning, and I can live with that. Our best turn 3 play would be another 2-drop paired with Rigging Runner. Drawing the land there means that we cannot attack with Karizev on turn 4. Unless we, I guess, no. Never mind. Fortunately, our opponent has the 2-mana counter there. There are some 2-mana counters, like 4, I think. Essence Scatter, Syncopate, Rebuff, and Censor, if I count correctly. No. Yes, I don't know. What's everyone's opinion on casting Rigging Runner plus the Flame pre-combat to deal 4 damage with this? Maybe that's correct. I actually don't know. Do it. Well, now I already didn't do it, but... Ding. Huh. I'm actually not sure. Alright, well, this draw played out quite badly for us because our opponent had the counter for our turn 2 Karizev. Now let's hope we can salvage some of it by drawing action here. It's all garbage. Basically need this to resolve, and it doesn't. That's disappointing. But yeah, our draw really didn't come together. I think we kept those 4 spells in our opener. And it was all lands after that. They can have Rebuke. Yeah, whatever. We lost, but... we fought hard, right? We didn't really. I think I would have minused Karn there to get the Evolving Wilds. Unless I drew a white source that turn. Which they didn't. Alright, if I play Hazoret here, we know it's getting countered, so I'd rather not do that. Yeah, so now they get the planes, they can cast Teferi, keep up a counter spell. We're pretty fucked. Alright. Well, yeah, our draw really didn't come together. If turn 2 Karizev had resolved, that would have been a huge step towards winning that game. This hand is garbage. This hand is better. Playing the mirror, like the Karizev mirror. And having removal for Karizev is actually super important. Opponent having the 1-drop is terrible because now we need to trade our Fire Shrine Keeper for it. Yeah, we're behind. I don't actually know how much we're behind, but like maybe 40, 60 or something. I guess we don't know what their hand looks like, but this is also nice because this tells us they can't have turn 3 Chain Whirler, which would have been a concern, but like I guess if they're attacking, I'm blocking anyways. So now we'll kill the Karzev. Okay. Kenra prevents us from blocking, which probably makes it the better play over Karzev. But yeah, I'm not going to attack because forcing through 1 damage isn't a lot when you can also just kill your opposing threats by blocking. Yeah. Knowing that they can't resolve turn 3 Chain Whirler is really nice. I think I'm just gonna block Kenra here because it means taking less damage. And then I'll Abrade or Harnessed Lightning, whatever they play now. If they don't play anything, that's also not a winning play. Wow, they don't have the 3rd land, that's huge. Now let's kill Karizev. Magma Spray the Courier. And Abrade should take care of most of their 2 to 3 mana plays. Unless it's like Pia. Worst case could be Latno Hellion. That card seems terrible. I'm not even gonna Abrade it. Yeah, I think abrading that is a mistake. Would be a mistake. Because it just doesn't do anything. Okay, let's take 2. I wonder why they wouldn't keep that back as a chump blocker. Rowdy Crew. Okay. That's a 4 mana 3/3. I guess it drew them a card, so that's like good. But now we're just gonna smash in for lots of damage. Unfortunately, they're not dead next turn. We're off by 1 damage, so this might actually be close. If they like play Phoenix this turn or something. Like there are lots of cards that beat us, I think. Just because we didn't pressure them early. I think our opponent had a huge way to lose the game on turn 2 if they just went Karizev. They correctly identified that Earthshaker Kenra was the way better play, setting up a racing situation. Okay, recasting Karizev. Still attacking with Squee, huh? I don't see how staying, like, I would always just stay back with Squee there. Let's kill Karizev. Because that puts them dead on board next turn. And I don't see how they deal 8 damage to us. when they already have discarded Lightning Strike. Alright, our opponent basically just drawing a land every turn of the game. Like, they were stuck earlier, but by now these lands are probably terrible for them. Okay. That's fine. And then the Rampage is gonna close. Oh, that's convenient. That's way more satisfying playing the Kenra than playing the Rampage. Rampage is like overkill by a million damage. Kenra is exactly lethal, and it does so in a very beautiful way. Oh, can you feel the satisfaction of that lethal? Because I certainly can. It's the mono red mirror again against Karizev, and our hand is nice, but we don't have removal for Karizev, which sucks big time. Maybe we just have to give up both Shock and Magma Spray. Alright, they don't have a 1-drop, that's really good. Let's draw Lightning Strike next turn. Oh my god, that draw step was insane. That was ridiculous. That was exactly what we needed, by the way. Otherwise, we would have played this, and like letting a red deck untap with Karizev in play is always quite dangerous. Oh my god, shit's working out beautifully. Alright, that land didn't have to be there, right? That land is one land too many. Too much? Too much. Alright, so this turn they can either recast Karizev or Chandra. Chandra is pretty big. She probably has to minus, which... Oh wow, she just pluses. So now they have a removal spell for the Minotaur, I would imagine. And they realize that they can also just pass. Because otherwise, like, this gives us the opportunity to throw a card into the Minotaur. We'll see how this works out. They do have the removal spell for the Minotaur. So we have to shock the Chandra to actually get rid of her. This leaves us with an opportunity to draw a 1-mana card to attack with Hazoret next turn. Okay, Cruiser is kind of a bad card for them this turn because it doesn't advance their board. But so does Hazoret, right? So this turn they actually get to smash us for 5, which puts us to 6. I don't see how we cannot cast Hazoret this turn though. Okay, so they can't crew the Cruiser. And now they are taking a lot of damage. How much damage are we talking here? 11? They can chump with Karizev, which is fine. So this always happens. The question is, do we open fire Karizev or do we discard something? I feel like discarding the mountain is better. They indeed can't jump forever. If they jump this turn, that's like totally fine by me. This might have been a terrible play. Yeah, I think this is super bad. Because now we die to Crew Fleet Wheel plus Lightning Strike. I really dislike this play. I think I should have opened fired the Karizev. But it worked out. But like, I think we opened ourselves up to lose there for a second. Which, yeah, that's not desirable. Skyship, well, that's a do nothing card if I've ever seen one. And now we just discard and hit them for a lot. Woo! That was a super fast league with Hazoret, as you would expect.